And I'm so excited to hear what he's going to present to us. And I know y'all are excited too, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Titan Capri. I'm with the Titan Capri Experience, also working with Kevin with True Project. And I just want to take a moment, if y'all would, with me, and let's kind of clear the air, let's clear the space, let's open it up. So I would like for us to take a breath, if we would, because I believe that breath is life and life is breath, right? In order for you to live, you got to breathe. And so with that, I want to take a breath. But before we take the breath, I want you to take a moment and think about that thing. Think about whatever it is that's happening with you right now. Think about something that has not been accomplished. Think about something you want to accomplish. And think about that thing. And when you take that breath, take that in and acknowledge whatever it is. If it's pain, if it's agony, if it's concern, if it's great, if it's I just won the lottery, whatever it may be, I want you to take it in and I want you to hold it. And then when you blow it out, I want you to blow it out and acknowledge that you are in control. Let the universe know that you are in control of whatever that thing is. If it's a good thing, you're in control. If it's a bad thing, then you're in control of it, right? But you have to acknowledge it. And how I like to acknowledge it is with breath. We breathe it in, and then we blow it out. And then we blow it out to the furthest of the universe and to the deepest part of the ocean, so it can't come back around to us real quick, right? Y'all with me? We good with that? So on the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to blow it out. It's going to be a 5 pace, and some people know my 5 pace. It's not a regular 5 pace. So if you don't get to 5, you're all right. 3, 2, you good. You right? Just take the breath in. The whole point of it is to acknowledge that breath. Acknowledge that you're living, right? That you're living. All right? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blow it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My piece today is we thrive. I've been lying to myself that I could tangle with death, that life is day in and day out, that my spirit has been in drought, living for the next sunset and sunrise, so all I can do is hide my cries. This life was not only meant for you to live, it was meant for you to thrive. No more hiding, no more fighting, no more crying, and no more lying. I found out recently that my life meant more to me than the strife that I have been facing and pacing the floor, placing the blame, holding my head low because I was ashamed. As I look in the mirror, the question becomes clearer. Titan, are you going to live or are you going to thrive? No more hiding. No more fighting, no more crying, and no more lying. God gave me this gift. Spirits I'm able to live. Dreams I'm able to achieve. Souls I can set at ease. Because finally, I can now see me as God sees me, as the universe uses me. Why? Because I'm alive, and we thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Come on, sing it. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Louder. We. That's it. Thrive. Yes, now. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Today I want to tell you, keep going, come on. That's it. Today I want to say thank you for doing one thing today. Y'all showed up. Y'all came in today and showed up. So therefore y'all showed out. What are y'all doing today? Y'all thrive, right? Y'all hear that? It sounds sweet. Yes. You didn't know it today, but you're thriving. You might not know it tomorrow. Yes, you will, because you know today that you're thriving, right? So keep singing it. All right? That's it. Let that resonate with you. Right? We are here, long-term survivors. I like to say thriving. Right? We are thriving. It ain't nothing about living. We are thriving. We are living from day to day, right? But we're thriving. Take that moment and hear that. Loud. Come on. Yes. All right, y'all. We ride.
All right, can y'all hear me now? Good morning. Wait, there was no sound all that time? Whoa. Man. I checked this microphone. You can hear me now? Man, let me tell you. Y'all can hear me now, though. Okay. They said there was no sound on YouTube. Oh, man. What is happening? So I was using my microphone this morning, but I tested it, I thought, before the show. And yeah, I was muted. I know I'm good on TikTok, y'all. I'm talking about over here on Facebook and YouTube. Look, there I go, trying to do something different after that. No wonder. Like, thank y'all for telling me. Thank y'all for telling me, because I'm all up into the whole topic. And no, chatting, not the whole conversation. So y'all can see me moving, but nothing. Oh my God. I know why, Rael. I know. They're just saying over here, like, I just didn't. Man, I'm so mad right now. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna do this though. We're gonna do this right while we on, because I'm not done yet. Hold on, let's see. Okay, let's see. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Not you, TikTok. I got y'all. Chatting. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can still hear me? Okay. So I'm guessing it was the. Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all got me. Okay, all right. Okay, whew. Look, because I'm just like, man, I was just like, y'all were real quiet over there in Facebook and YouTube land. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Why y'all look so... All right, y'all. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. Hey, good morning. Thank y'all for letting me know. Baby. Because I was over here talking. I was doing the do. So look, this is so weird. Like, you try to do like some good gadgets and add some things to your repertoire. And so I normally unplug the mic and just use, I know, Prissy, right? Old technology. I normally just use what I have. So here's a microphone. Y'all like it? It lights up and do all of that good stuff. And I literally was like, I'm gonna use it today because I had it. It was the birthday. I'm gonna do this, and couldn't even hear me. God, dog. But that's all right. Y'all. That's all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sip for those that couldn't hear me before, and we're gonna get back into this topic. I'm sipping because y'all couldn't hear me. Okay. Ooh. Now that's a sip. Good morning. So our topic this morning is when you come home this time. We've already talked about the fact that you have tried to come home before, but you were not able to come home because of the roadblocks, because of the speed bumps, because of the detours, because of stigma, because of trauma. But this is what I'm saying. You are worthy of love and life and all of those things. So when you come home this time, right? This time, don't think about what happened the last time you came home, right? Not like that, as a deterrent, not that way. Think about it as this is a lesson learned for me. When I went home last time, this is what happened. So I know that I don't want this to happen again, or I know now what it looks like, so it can't happen again. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pressing forward. When you come home this time, people are going to come up. People are going to be naysayers. People are going to tell you that you don't deserve to come home this time, but you do. Come back to yourself. Come back to your life. Come back to your love. Come back to the fact that you are worthy of blessings and life and laughter and greatness. You are worthy of it. it. Yes, you've been beat down. Yes, you've been used and abused. Yes, you've been done all these type of ways. But look, that doesn't mean you don't deserve what it is that God has for you. That doesn't mean that the universe is not going to open up and give you those things that you need, the path, the light, the weather, all of that. So the other day, we had some thunderstorms here in Houston. I mean, thunderstorms like it sounded like a band was outside my window. Like it was rolling through. It sounded like a quiet storm. And so in the middle of the night, excuse me, I woke up and I pressed record on my phone because it was so quiet, but you could hear the thunder rolling and to me it sounded like waves crashing and boom, 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 boom. It was just so, it was beautiful, right? Although I could not see it physically, I could hear it. So I could imagine what it looked like, the feeling of it and things like that. And sometimes we don't know. So my cousin said to me yesterday, so you just stopped and pressed record? That's what you did? I said, yes. I woke up because it sounded like there was a band. Boom, 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 boom. That's what it sounded like outside. And then you could hear the rain. You could hear it was hailing as well. So you could hear it hitting against the house and stuff like that. And it was just, but it was so peaceful, right? It was so peaceful. The next day, we saw all of the damage that this thunderstorm and this hail had done. But y'all hear me? How peaceful it was? How peaceful it was. And I recorded it. So I was in the car and I played it while I was in the car. And I was like, listen to that. Right? In the midst of the storm, somebody had peace. Somebody had peace. I'm sure I wasn't the only one. But the way that storm had tore through here, but in that moment, I laid in the bed just quiet and listening to what is and you could hear it in the distance rumbling and it was coming. You could hear it. And y'all are probably saying, Titan, what's really going on? Titan, what's really happening? But if you think about it, if you think about the movie Twister, they say the eye of the storm is the calm, right? Everything going around you is going crazy and they're acting, but the eye of the storm is the calm. Y'all, it may have been damaging, and God knows we pray for those that had damage, and we pray that things work out for them. I was here not even understanding how peaceful it was, how something like this, right, is something that was given to us, basically given to us, right? And so I'm saying that because the weather, the news reported that the storms were coming. Y'all hold on, stay with me. They reported that the storms were coming. They reported that there was going to be damage and there may be hail and things like that. They reported that, right? Y'all with me? People are going to come up and tell you the storm is coming and that you better go this way, you better do that, because you're not going to be prepared for the storm. But when you come home this time, you're already prepared for this storm because you have been there, you have done that, rode that ride and bought that t-shirt. You already know where you're at and what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. That part. You will have people tell you that you are not prepared, but you are stronger than you know. You have more peace than you had 2 years ago. You have more understanding than you had 3 years ago. You got knowledge that you didn't have last year. So when you come home this time, You are responsible for you. There's a lot of things going on around you. There's a lot of things going on around you, but you are responsible for you. You are responsible for you. At the end of the day, it's you. At the end of the day, it is you. Your love, your peace, your understanding, your God, your salvation. It is you. This world is going to eat you up and spit you out because that's what the world does. But along with the bad, there's the good. Sometimes we go all the way over to the bad and we stay over there and not understanding that we have good, not understanding that our lives are good and great. We go over to the bad side and we stay there because people have told us that we're not pretty, that we're not good, that we don't deserve, that you're not smart, that you're ugly, and all of those things, right? This is what the world will do to you. But we can't say that the world is all bad because the world also brings you some of the most prettiest places, the great energies and things like that, and blessings and understand. You get the same thing, but sometimes we go over there because we've been told that's where we're supposed to be. We've been told that we can't come home. We've been told that the detours are there for a reason. We've been told that we can never get to that point. We've been told, as I was told, that God would never see you. You will never see God because you are not worthy of Him. And I'm a child. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on, right? People will put things on you. People will tell you, well, Titan, don't act like that. Titan, don't be like that. Titan, don't do that. Boys don't do that, Titan. Like people will put things on you. And I used to say, well, if I knew then what I know now, I would have been, I would have been better. But no, I had to go through some things, right? But remember, we've said that we were not put on this earth to just be a doormat, right? We were not put on this earth just to be a doormat. Here's the thing. We always want to say that this is where we're at and this is what we're doing. And somebody wants to tell you where you're at. But I don't believe, and I'm going to go to my grave with this. I don't believe that God put you on this earth for people to wipe their feet on you every single time they feel like they want to do that. I don't believe that. Yes, you will go through some things. Yes, you will have some issues and some problems because we're human and we're on this earth. However, I do not believe that you're supposed to be beat 24/7, 365. That you can never get me to believe. I believe that you deserve blessings. I believe that you are worthy of love, laughter, and life. I believe that you were put on this earth to be prosperous and to have purpose and to do. But what we know is that anything worth having is worth working for. And sometimes the work that you do is going to be down in the ditch and covered with mud. That's just what it is. But what we want to say, right? We want to make sure that we know that that's not what we deserve. Yes, it happened, but that's not what we deserve. I don't believe that you went through all of this 9 months to be birthed into this world, to grow and to do and to have and to be and to only be a footstool. As Keisha said, you better talk. We're not footstools. Only be a footstool? No, that's not what it is. Hey, LaTanya, good morning. She says self-accountability, self-love, self-assurance, and believing in yourself is very important for your personal growth and development. That's it. That's it. When you are born into this world, it's a clean slate. You will learn things because of your environment. You will have those things because of your environment, right? You will do things because of your environment. But what we know is that we are human. So 9 times out of 10, sometimes, well, not 9 times out of 10, but sometimes we don't get it right because we have been taught something that's old and barbaric, and we carried it on with us And then the reality of it is that we don't have to be like that no more, right? We don't have to do those things, okay? We don't have to do that. Hold on one second. I got a question over here. Hold on. Only God can judge us, not man. That part. Warael says, some people think they knowledge about your life than you do. Okay, and you're one living on your own life. Look, let me tell you, I always say this all the time because I've been there, done that. I've stood in places where people have told me who I was, and I agreed, right? I agreed. People called me something and I answered to it. You feel me? And I answered to it because I thought that's what I was. I thought that's where I belong. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. You feel me? And so sometimes you got to understand that you are not that. I tell people all the time, and people laugh at me all the time, but I say it. And those of you who know me, that's not my ministry. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. That is not my ministry. We're not about to do that. You do what you do over there. That's what you do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do over here. My calling is my calling. My calling is not yours and yours is not mine. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, well, Titan did this and Titan. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Oh, shock. I should have bought a Testarossa and a Honda. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me right here. Hey, Latanya. Latanya said, question. So what do you do if your son put on dresses? Do you let him or constantly navigate him to societal beliefs? And Latanya, I'm going to say this, and this is just a general answer to the question, right? Because in no way can I tell you how you should parent your child. But what we have to understand is we are not a monolith. One thing cannot be just straight in this aspect, right? There is something in this world where we always feel, hey, Linda, good morning. We always feel that we have to go by societal norms, right? And the reason that we do that is because we want to protect the child. We don't want the child to be bullied and do all of these things like that. But there is something there. And so, Latanya, I'm going to use I statements in this. I knew that I was different. I don't know what it was right at the time, but I knew. And let me say this, because sometimes people are so mean and nasty in what they're doing. I was not molested, right? I knew. People always say, oh, well, it's because, you were done this way and done. No. But I knew I was different when I was younger. I knew it probably as early as 5, right? I knew that I was different. So because there were men around that said, you have to be a man. Boys don't do that. Stop doing that. You a mama's boy. You're this, you're that, right? Now, see, here's the thing. And I want to say this because I sometimes have to take a moment back because I feel some kind of way. You with me? However, let me be real with you. All the other kids get to run and play and do all of the things that they do because they are so-called heterosexual, or they're so-called what society says that they should be, boy, girl, right? Now, this child here is expressing these things. And at this point, people are saying that you should not cultivate that. You should not let that happen. This child doesn't get to roam free. This child doesn't get to explore and to do. Why? Because it's something nasty that they are expressing, right? And this is just me talking. So this is not what I'm saying for Latanya or for anybody else that may have these ideas. I'm saying this is what Titan is, because I asked the question. So all the other kids, right, get to play and do and go and be, and then I don't, because I may like to be around the women in the family. I may like to like, as you stated, put on dresses or play with dolls or whatever it is. So there's no room for me on this earth. There's no room for me in society. There's no room for me to cultivate and to grow. You understand what I'm saying? That is trauma that you are putting on this child. The child doesn't know that they are not supposed to do this and that because they are innocent. It's when humans, it's when parents, it's when people, it's when people that are locked in this thought process that if you are not this or that, then you're a demon, then you're wrong, you're demonic. And that is so wrong for the child. The child will never be able to get past that. So we've already put the trauma on the child. Now the child is going out into the world where in the beginning, the child was free. The child was living. The child was loving. Now the child goes out into the world because the adults are telling the child that the child cannot be free. The child cannot live. The child cannot enjoy what he sees or she, what they see everybody else doing. We had a conversation just recently, LaTanya, and I'm addressing you, LaTanya, because you asked the question, but this is for everybody. We had a conversation at a table, and they said, well, what about the respect? Well, what about this? I'm not going to do that. They're too young to know that. If I can stand and I can watch parents fight and argue, I can watch domestic abuse, I can look at TV and see SA, I can see mental anguish, I can see all of these things, right? So you mean to tell me that I can't be free? The kids outside are running up and down the street doing what they are doing, having fun. I can't go do that in my true authentic form. So I got to pretend that I'm somebody else because you have told me, society has told me, my own community, my Black community has told me that I am, my church has told me that I don't deserve to be free. I don't deserve to be who I am. I don't deserve to be who God made me. I statements. That's what I'm saying, right? Because again, I don't believe that I was put on this earth to be a doormat. I don't believe that I was there. But because people are so narrow-minded, and I'm not going to say ignorant, because people say all the time, oh, they ignorant. No, narrow-minded, because we come from a place where this has been made to be a bad thing. Right? And I want to say this. Do you know how many times that I've wanted to be who I am and I couldn't? And I think about The Color Purple, the original movie, right? When Sophia said, have you ever wanted to sing and have it beat at you? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever wanted to be free and people have locked you up mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? They have locked you up because they believe that you don't deserve to be free. They believe that being LGBTQIA plus, right, is demonic, is nasty. Everything on this earth is not meant to be demonic and nasty. People have made it that way. I believe if you can be born one way, you can be born another way. I don't believe that this is something that happened to me and then all of a sudden now I got this demonic spirit in me, so now I'm doing this. That's not how it works. Well, at least I don't want people to, in the work that I do, right? I'm an HIV advocate, but I'm human. And I see children, and I'm going to say children because they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s, but it's the child that comes out. It's the child that's sitting there in front of me in this 40-year-old body that doesn't understand that they have never been heard, doesn't understand that they have never been truly loved for who they are. You with me? And so I get a little, and I don't want you to think that I'm coming, y'all, I don't want y'all to think I'm coming like, woo. But I get a little, no, not even a little. I get crunk because what I see in the work that I do when I'm doing my peer navigation, when I walk in and I talk to someone and I'm using I statements, but this is all the way around. When I talk with someone who's just recently been diagnosed with HIV, right? They are on an island by themselves. They have been put out of their homes. People have told them, and what's crazy is that people believe that if they treat you like this, you will change. You will be different. People believe that you are the reason why the HIV epidemic is still running rampant and doing these things. People believe that. And I'm not talking about just my clients or my patients that I work with. I'm talking about this is what was told to me. I hid this for years on top of years. I couldn't be free. I couldn't let go. I couldn't do. So I say to parents, right? I say to parents, cultivate your children. If you are one of those parents that feel that they should not be dressing up, give them an understanding of why that is. Prepare them for the world. Prepare them for outside of that door. Prepare them so that they know, right? But then I want to ask the question to these parents in society, right? Don't your child deserve love? Don't your child deserve a space to grow and to be? You will never know what they can be, what they can do. Because what I want to tell you is that once you put those shackles on them, and what I mean by shackles, the shackles of they are not supposed to do this. This is against God. This is against nature. This is nasty. Once you put those shackles on them, right? You don't know what the long-term effects will be. You don't know what's going to change them in that aspect. So let's just say, I don't know if y'all remember the movie. I'm trying to think of the movie, but it was The Horses Run Free, right? The horses are supposed to be out on the range and run. That's why their legs are the way that they are. They're supposed to be out there running free and just being in the breeze. And then we chain them up, right? We put horseshoes on them. We put the muzzle on them. We put the blinders on them. We put a saddle on them. We do all of that. You with me? Y'all understand what I'm saying? When you shackle someone to put them in this silo, to say this is all that you can be. You don't deserve to be happy beyond that. You don't deserve to wear this. You don't deserve to do this. This is not what you are supposed to do. And you put them in that box and they are done. The life has been changed. You ain't got to do nothing else, right? Because now you have taken me off my journey. Now you've taken me off my purpose. Now you are telling me that God has made a mistake, that for some reason, all those other kids out there doing whatever it is that they doing, they fine. But now you're telling me that I don't deserve to have anything that God had for me on this earth. That I need to go sit over there. I can't be with them because I'm not normal. I'm not regular. They're not going to like me. They're already telling me at the pulpit, I'm sitting in the congregation with you all, and they're telling me that I am bad, that I am nasty, that I will never see God. And again, y'all, this is stuff that has been told to me over the years. And I'm a young child. I don't know. But nobody took a moment to say, Titan, you okay? Titan, how did you feel about that? Titan, what's going on? Titan, you used to be so happy. You used to be running up and down the street. You used to be around. Now, Titan, all you do is fight. Now, Titan, all you is angry and stuff like that. And you don't really understand what's going on with Titan, but you don't understand it because you have shackled Titan and told Titan that he cannot be free. So within this cage that I'm in now, that I've been shackled to, right? Now I'm there. Now I'm there. Now I'm the problem. Now I'm the issue. Now it's a point of me not doing this. Now, yes, I'm out. Now, yes, I'm doing what I do. Now I'm in the streets. Now I'm causing havoc and doing whatever it is. Or now I'm reclusive. Now something has happened to me down the road around the corner, and I can't talk about it to you because you've already told me I'm nasty and demonic. Something has happened to me. I've been traumatized in a way, but I can't talk to you because you told me that you will never see God. You with me? If the children are the future, you teach them well and you let them lead the way. But because you, and this is a systematic thing, right? This goes far back beyond. But right now, in this moment, you've just shackled an energy of greatness. You've just shackled the next president, the next astronaut. You've just shackled the next Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers. You've just shackled, right? The next queen, the next king. You've just shackled. And this is how the song goes. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. But this is important. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. They're not nasty. They're not demonic. They're children. And they're looking for you to tell them where they're going and who they can be. They're looking for you to say, oh, I got you, right? I'm going to protect you. I had a client that came in. The client was out of high school on his way to college. First time him doing anything, same sex. And he contracted HIV and 2 STIs. When he first came into, I'm going to say my space, right? He was very emotional, angry, upset because he had let these people down. These people told him that he was going to be nothing, that he was going to be nasty, right? These people told him that he would not see God. And this young man, this energy, this bright light is sitting in my space, in my office, and contemplating why he's here and contemplating that he doesn't deserve to be here any longer. You think that just started yesterday? No. All his life, this is him saying this, all his life, he's been fighting to just be, to have some peace. He's done what they asked him to do. He's been around. He's done all of that. He had to be quiet when the people did him wrong. He had to be quiet when they abused him. He had to be quiet because he had been shackled. And my thing to him was, it is about you. Well, they done it. No. What do you feel? I'm not here for them. I'm here for you. How do we get to this point? And if you don't want to say nothing, then sit here and be quiet. Sit here and be quiet. If you want to jump up and down and hoop and holler, and you do, because what I understand is that the child in him had been shackled. And so he had no release. He had no place to go. So I have a safe space and a brave space. And when you come in here, that's what we're going to have. He stayed in my office for 2.5 hours, going through a range of emotions. And I said to him, I got to sign the papers. And nah, you good. You need something? I got some snacks. I can put on a little music, right? I got the diffuser going. You all right? You all right? Well, they did this. I said, unless you have something pressing to do, then we sit. We sit. Nobody had ever asked him how he feels. Nobody ever said, what can I do to help you? What can I do for you? We got to come back to the human aspect. Because if this can be true, that can be true as well. And what we do is that we shackle the children off of our beliefs, off of what we've been taught, off of old school 1950s and 30s and this and that, off of slavery, off of that mentality that we have been shackled. Take them shackles off. Take them shackles off. And I know that we talked about this, Latanya, and so I thank you for the question. I thank you for that, because a lot of times what I do is, Prissy said, pray y'all have a fabulous day headed to work. All right. Thank you so much, Prissy. I appreciate that. Hey, good morning, Jessica. Good morning. Royal says, say that. Red Baby G said, yes. Okay. Preach. Okay. God is not even judging us. How can they judge you? And that's it right there. A reality check. All right. Hey, Lauren, thank you so much for the follow. Hey, the King. The King said, good morning, Positive King. Good morning. Hey, Ricky, good morning. Good morning. And then YYL said, I had to keep my lifestyle hid for years because of family members. Baby, let me tell you. Keisha said, whether it's cultivated or not, it is them. It is them. Indeed. Indeed. Linda said, please double tap everyone and share with everyone and know. Thanks in advance. Thank you so much, Linda. Okay. Keisha said, we have to stop putting ourselves on clearance to fit in to allow others to access us. Come on, that part. Okay. Hey, Linda, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. So let me say this. And I'm going to go through these questions here, and I'm going to get out of here because I'm already past time. But I just want to say that we have to understand where we're at, right? People always tell me I do this Iyanla Fix My Life stuff all the time. But what I've learned over the years and in my travels and in the spaces and places that I've been in is that everything is not what it seems. Some of the things that they taught us over the years are not right. Some of the things take away our basic rights and cause us not to love who we are because we have been put. Just imagine you putting that on a child. You say, oh, well, child is too young. They can't make decisions. Children know what they know. Now, I'm going to teach you to be safe and stay away from danger and to understand that. But just think about this. You have silenced this child because this child is considered different, but you allow the other child to run rampant and do everything that they want to do in life. The dynamic has already been set, right? Already been set. You are basically doing what the master has done. And y'all know what type of master I'm talking about. We have to understand that in this world, there are things, there are people that are meant to be free. And we are constantly shackling them up. I knew that. Latanya said, you made a statement about you kept being told to do this and do that, and boys don't do this and do that. So what do you say to a 5-year-old? And again, and I answered it in what I said before, but I want to go back to that. And I thank you for the question. The reality of it is that you cultivate that child, right? You let that child know that they are loved, and you let them know what the world thinks, because we don't really know what's going to happen, right? But we want to make sure that they understand where they're at. But at home, right? Home needs to be a safe place and space. Home needs to be that place of love and understanding. And if it doesn't start at home, it's surely not going to happen when they get out there in them streets, when they go to school, when people are ridiculing them and doing all of those things. See, I think the false narrative is that a child cannot handle it. But if you teach the child, if you teach them well, you understand what I'm saying? And so I don't know that that would have been the case in point. I can't speak on what's going to happen like that. But I do understand that you have to cultivate the child. Even at 5 years old, they are able to understand. They are able to get it because at 5 years old, them mannerisms, what they wearing and things like that, the other children are going to make them know it. You understand what I'm saying? So let me let you understand now as you are leaving out the door, as you are going out into this world. Because we already know that y'all will go to hell and back for your children. We already know that, right? But we have to understand that the world is constantly turning. And we're sending this 5-year-old child out into a world unprotected. We're in 2024. Everything is at your fingertips. These children know more than you think they know. Now, I'm not saying that because you talk to this child or you let this child know, right? But the child has understanding. The world not going to ask them. The world is not going to say, are you okay before I ridicule you? The world is not going to say, are you all right with me bullying you today? The world is not going to say, are you okay with me knocking you upside the head today? The world is not going to ask those questions. So I'm going to make sure that this child, my blood, my seed, my life, my chosen family, whatever it may be, I'm going to make sure that you are protected going out into this world. I'm going to have to put aside what society has told me or that I believed for so long and understand that this is my child. This is my blessing from God. So I'm not going to protect it. I'm not going to protect him, her, them, they. I'm not going to protect them. Why? Because they're too young, but they go out there and they get bullied. Then there's suicidal thoughts. There's all of these things that are happening now. There's SA happening, and these children cannot tell you about it because you've told them that you're not going to be this and you're not going to be that. But you can tell them that at 5 years old, but you can't protect them at 5? Baby. Latanya said, asking for me, I let my 5-year-old grandson do whatever he's happy doing. I often take flack from the family for letting him do whatever. And I think that Latanya, that speaks volumes because sometimes what we don't understand, again, we're shackling the children. The children's minds are so expansive, so huge, so great. They can think of things, but when this world starts to poison and dilute the very essence and energy, that's when we have a problem. And Latanya, I hope and I pray, and please, we can talk about it if you want, but please make sure that they understand. And I know you're probably catching flack and things like that. And this is not just for Latanya. This is for all parents or parent figures, right? Or family figures, right? That do that. A lot of times I was told, or it was said behind my back, which I was told later on, that they didn't want the children around me because they just felt like the children were going to be gay. Like they were going to be this and they were going to be that, right? But I am that Uncle Titan. I am that cousin Titan. I am that father figure, right? That allowed them to be who they were, right? And so I'm not saying that I'm a better parent than anybody else, but what I understand is that I've been through some things, and I understand that it is a hard thing for a child to even interject themselves into society, right? When you already have all of this on you. But in my own home, I've been shackled. And so now when I go out here, right, I'm not going to, and then not only that, then it becomes a part, and this is me, you can ask my mama, then it becomes a part that I'm fighting every other day. I'm fighting in school. I'm fighting at the bus stop. I'm fighting on the corner, going here, going there. I'm getting chased, and then I stopped running. And then I got expelled from school for a whole semester, because, and I got expelled. I had expulsion because I said I wasn't going to let you do me. Like, what is happening? What gives you the right? You know what I mean? So, Tanya, keep on doing what you're doing with the child. Make sure the child knows that they have a safe space, which I'm figured that they do because you are making sure that they are there. But children understand this. Children understand the dynamics of life. Children understand the dynamics of being the second child or third child. Children understand the dynamics of the mother or the father not being there, and the grandmother is the one that's making sure that the child is good. Children understand these things even at the age of 5. Even at the age of 5. I used to say this to my little cousins and to my nieces and my nephew and to my daughter. Stand up. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. Hey, Lanika said, you better say that, okay? LaTanya said, shackles of the mind. Hey, Roman, good morning. The Truth Project said, the child only knows when feels what's right until society tells them they are wrong. Ask the child why would they like to wear dress and honor their response. Respect the moment. That right there. If we are able to have an open forum, right? A space where children can come in and speak their minds and understand why certain things are not right, why certain things are wrong, why you don't take a fork and stick it into an electric socket, like things like that. You know, right? Children can understand. Even at the age of 2, a child knows what not to do because you've taught them that. So at the age of 5, when they are out and mingling and being in school and society and community, they know. They know. Thank you for that, True Project. Roman said, damn. True Project said, you better say that. Yes, indeed. You better quote Whitney. Baby. Yes, indeed. Here's my thing. I want to say this. When you come home this time, right? Before, you might not have been able to do it the right way. Before, you might not have been able to understand it. Before, you might not have been able to say to your inner child that you're okay. But when you come home this time, it's going to be different because you know better. You've been through some things. You understand that things are just not black and white. There's a gray area. There's an option. There's an if, there's an and, there's a but. You with me? When you come home this time, I want to say this to you all as someone who is LGBTQIA+. I am a Black gay man who is HIV positive, right? And I am proud of who I am and how I show up. But I remember the traumatic episodes. I remember the trauma. I remember the stigma, the hurt, the shame, the guilt that was placed on me as a child because society said that I could not be Black and be gay. Society said that I was against God. In my own church, I was looked at as a pariah. I was looked at as something other than being human, being a child of God. So what I'm saying to you today is cultivate, right? Understanding and love. And it's nothing wrong with you having a conversation or talking with the children and asking the children, how can I support you? What's going on? Why do you like that? If you like that, like this, and this is what it is, right? This is what's going on, because we all know that you have a phone in your hand. You got tablets, you got electronics. Now that at the press of a button, you can see the world. And you mean to tell me that you're going to be back in barbaric times and saying, oh, you know, eat, or you know good? No. Listen to your children, not only by ear, by sight, by spirit, by heart, by essence. Those people that talked about me being around the children, when the children got older, right? Because I'm a little bit older than most. When the children got older, the parents came to me and said, thank you for what you did for my child. Thank you that you gave my child a safe space and somebody to talk to. Thank you for letting my child be who they were. You're the parent. But I'm not going to say you were a bad parent, because you might not know. You were taught this. You were raised this way. You were brought up in this. Your environment was such. And that's why I say to my clients, I said the thing, I am the mental, emotional, and spiritual support that you need. My space is inclusive. My space is always going to be a safe and a brave space. I'm always going to go that route because I've been there. I've done that, and I had trauma, and I understand what trauma is. My space is always going to be trauma informed, because I don't know where you come from and how you do it. I don't know what your mother and father did. I don't know if you were raised by your grandmother. I don't know if the church was sitting here Bible thumping at you and all you wanted to do was talk to somebody. I don't know if you had some type of assault or abuse or domestic violence or anything. I don't know all of these things. So I can't judge you by that. You are in front of me right now in this moment. So that's where we're going to start. And I'm going to let you know we're not worried about them. Now, we can talk about them in context, right? But we're not worried about them. What we're worried about is you right now. Where are you going? What are we doing? How can I support you in getting you to where you need to be? But first, we got to drop this, and we got to love ourselves right where we're at in this moment. So yell, holler, scream, do whatever it is that you feel you need to do. And let's get to it. It might not happen today, but let's get to it. Love your children. Love them enough to let them understand that you are here. And I want to say this because some of you have contacted me and talk about how the child is acting up and the child don't want to be around and they didn't ran away, they out doing this and things like that. You have to truly understand, when I came to the point to where I spoke my truth, a lot of people from my childhood said, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't do this? Now, not all of them, but a good majority of them did not like that, spoke ill about my community, spoke ill about HIV, spoke ill about the things that were happening, told me that I was wrong, told me that I was, this, told me I was that. So I didn't go to them. Wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to do it. And they said to me, Titan, you could have came to me. I didn't know that. That had never been expressed to me. So in order for me to protect myself, I just removed myself from the equation. That's what I did. I was lonely. I was hurting, but I was not going to give you the opportunity to use that as a weapon, because it had been used as a weapon before. So as I sit here before you today, yes, I'm proud of who I am. Yes, I'm going to stand up. Yes, I'm going to speak and advocate for those who can't advocate for themselves. But I want you to understand where I come from. Way down deep in the belly of trauma. And it took me years on top of years to understand what trauma is. And I am healing through the process. I am healing through the process. All right, y'all. When you come home this time, come on back to yourself. Understand that it's okay to not be okay. Understand that there will be issues and problems and concerns, but you are human. And it doesn't mean that because you have an issue, problem, or concern, or trauma, or stigma, it doesn't mean that you are bad, that you are nasty, that you don't deserve. What it means is you are human. And you keep taking that step, one step at a time. When you come home this time, come on back to yourself. Come on back to love who you are. Come on back and understand that God didn't make a mistake and that you are worthy when you come home this time. And y'all do it for the children. And Latanya, thank you for the conversation piece. And I really appreciate all of y'all comments and things like that. Look, y'all got questions, y'all got any type of thing, y'all hit me up, right? Hit me up. I'm on Titan Capri on all social media. Send me a message and things like that. You let people know. I will reply. I will do that. But we want to make sure that we are a community, that we are a united front, right? Not only for the children, but for the adults as well, because I believe that a lot of us, right, are adults with our child still, our inner child still being locked down and shackled, still being screaming for attention and understanding. And so we're sitting here, right? And I'm 53 as of Tuesday. I'm sitting here in this 53-year-old body, right? Just years ago, probably 4-5 years ago, right? I actually let the child out. Let the child out because I didn't understand. I had to go through some things. I had to understand that this was not it. I had to do some things. So some therapy, some counseling, some understanding. I had to go to some group sessions. I had to understand that there was a reason why I felt the way that I felt. So being the age that you are, it's never too late. But a lot of times what happens is that we are speaking, right, from a traumatized child perspective, because we've never been able to deal with that. We've never been able to speak on it. We've never been able to say, you know what? Yeah, I wasn't good. My family wasn't good to me. The dynamics wasn't good. The relationships I've been in were bad. I was used and abused. I was assaulted. We have never been able to just let go. Let go. Y'all with me? All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Today, when you come home this time, right? So this is what I want to charge you all with today. I want you to take a moment, right? Just take a moment and breathe in the life that you are living, right? The life that you are living. Let me just break it down. That you are living, right? And I want you to understand the good that you have in your life. And I know right now that it may look like you don't have no good in your life. It may look like you don't have any of that. However, you have good in your life. Right now, if you're able to see, good. If you're able to talk, good. If you're able to walk, good. If you're able to just open your eyes and take a breath, you with me? Good. Right now, the rain is beating down on the roof and on my window right now. Good. You with me? I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to do this and do that, and it's going to be a stop. No. Right now, in this moment, good. So I don't know if nobody told you today, nobody told you yesterday, last week, last month, or last year. I want to tell you today that I love you right where you're at in this moment. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to return it with a receipt. Titan loves you right where you're at in this moment. Flaws and all. What I want you to do is to take your arms, take your hands, and if you can't do it physically, do it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and wrap those arms around you and hug yourself real tight. Hug yourself real tight and say to yourself, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Steve, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Truth Project, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Raul Royale, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jacqueline, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Roman, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lanika, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Latanya, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Chatty, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Keisha, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Sean, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jessica, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Julia, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Prissy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Red Baby G, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Linda, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lauren, I love you right where you're at in this moment. The King, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Ricky, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I love all of y'all right where you're at in this moment. Linda, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let me see. I had somebody else up in here. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Willie, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let me see. Who else do I have? I think that's about it. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, y'all. I love y'all right where you're at in this moment. If I didn't get to you, Amy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tilo, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Doris, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I got y'all getting to know you. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Homie, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Terrence, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Faith, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Look, take those arms of yours, right, and wrap them all the way around you. Hug yourself real tight. And then sometimes you just may have to moan a little bit. I love you right where you're at in this moment. You will have other moments, but you will not have this moment. Love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Look into your phone, look into your laptop, look into the mirror, look to the floor, look to the ceiling, look to the universe, look to the wind, to the rain, and let yourself know that I love you right where you're at in this moment, flaws and all. There's a constant in this world, and it's called love, and we need more of it. All right. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you all for tuning in. I love y'all. What? I love y'all. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Let me get on down here. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Indeed. Come on, Ray. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Okay. Steve said, let the inner child out, free, and be yourself. Yes, indeed. Love you, Titan and Sip Gang. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Keisha said, love you back. I love you too, Keisha. Like that. Warrior says, Sip and Gang. Okay. Let's give up for Titan. And he do an amazing job on his platform. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Y'all know what it is. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all come and y'all see me. And y'all, when you come home this time, know that you're in control. You're in control. Don't let nobody else tell you that. And then what I want you to do is to take a piece of what Whitney said in her song. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they have inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laugh. Now, hear this. Let the children's laughter, right, remind us how we used to be. Y'all got me, right? Y'all got me. We got to do that, right? Remind us how we used to be. Children are a light in this world. And it's a shame that nasty, dark energy wants to consume that light. Be that pathway. Be that light in the tunnel for these children. Let these children know that you are there for them. Let these children know. And like LaTanya said, she gets flack, but let them children know they got somebody in their corner. Let them children know that if don't nobody else do it, grandma gonna do it. Let them children know that if don't nobody else do it, uncle gonna do it. Let them children know that don't nobody else do it, stepdad, right? Chosen family, we gonna do it because we're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure. Indeed. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love it. Until next time, y'all be good. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, boy. I didn't went over time for real, for real. Okay. Look, that's it. This is right on time. Just told my grandson. Oh, thank you so much, Becky. Good morning. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Let them know. All right, y'all. Until next time, y'all be good. Y'all be great and all of that. Hey, y'all. Hey. Yes, indeed. I love it. Podbean, y'all showed up and showed out. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts. Okay. And then we enjoyed it. Didn't go. Okay. I know, right? Right, but you know how it goes, right? All right, y'all. Until next time, I'll see y'all.